We've learned this week the hugely popular Friends TV show will be leaving Netflix next year, and that follows word that Netflix is also losing The Office. That'll be gone by 2021. What will happen to Netflix in the wake of this? Tim Hanlon, founder and CEO of the Vertere Group here in Chicago, is joining us. Two big shows are leaving Netflix, Tim. First question, is this at all a surprise that these moves are being made?
No, certainly not. These are entities that are owned, produced originally in the studios by these entities. In the case of AT&T, which now owns Warner Brothers, that's the Friends scenario. So that's Friends basically coming back home to where it was originally produced, the Warner Brothers lot. And the same for, for a lot of these other shows, as NBC Universal and Viacom and Disney and all these other entities now essentially are creating their own distinct streaming services. You're going to see a lot of these originally produced programs and go back to, at least on paper, go back to these now owned and operated services, becoming very vertically integrated. Much maybe to the dismay of the consumer who may not necessarily understand where and what studios these shows came from. They just want to watch them all, and then all of a sudden have now realized that they have to subscribe maybe to 4 or 5 or 6 different services in the years to come versus 1 or 2. Well,
and is that sustainable? I mean, are you going to have consumers who are subscribing to 5, 6, 7, 8 different services just so they can get all their favorite shows? I mean, it's almost as though they should just go back to cable.
Well, that's a very interesting perspective, Cisco, because that may be what we're sort of seeing in slow yet fast motion, is almost a decomposition, I guess, of what the cable conscript was. You subscribe to a cable service, the provider has an array of choices, you get them in packages and bundles, and you pay a one monthly fee for all of those things. As things now become more, shall we say, unbundled, I think you will see entities like, say, Roku and Amazon and maybe a few other platforms that, frankly, may be a more intelligent system by which many, many, many more streaming services and choices are available to you that you, as an individual, as a consumer, as a household, can recombine and sort of tally up the cost of such on your own terms. I think that's kind of the next 3 to 5 years out, but in the interim, it's absolutely going to be a pain point for consumers, which is, what show am I really trying to find? And, oh, my God, what service is that on? And do I subscribe to that already or not? It's going to be very perplexing for the average viewer, for sure.
Given the fact that one of the reasons Netflix was able to get some shows like Friends and The Office is because these other outlets did not already have streaming engines in place, now that they have them up and running or just about up and running, is there a chance that Netflix will never see some of these network shows in the future?
That's also a very good question. The reality of the television industry, at least until now, has been that many studios provide programs to many different broadcast or television or cable outlets. So there's, a show that you like on ABC Family or on NBC may actually be produced by each other's studios, right? The consumer doesn't understand all that. But I think what you're going to see is a lot more, shall we say, vertical integration, where the studio then almost officially or directly populates the content in said owner's streaming service as well. But I do think there will always be this mixing and matching, because here's the underlying factor. We're only making more stuff. All of these services these are beasts that need to be fed with many, many more shows and programs. And somebody's got to make them. And, if they can't sell them or guarantee them in your own nest, your own service, there's going to be tons of other places that you can sell those programs to going forward with streaming services, writ large.
Yeah, really great opportunity for the actors and producers, all the people behind the scenes, too, working on those shows. They're going to need a lot of content. Wall Street basically shrugging Netflix off today. No real movement on the stock, even in the wake of this news. Tim Hanlon, founder and CEO of the Vertere Group here in Chicago. Thanks for being with us.